Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It is Thursday, June the 11th. Glad to have you with us this morning. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour or so. Thanks for being here. I'm going to toss things over to Brittany Pacheco across town. Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning, Todd. I'm excited for this morning's show, and I hope everyone who's joining us today will be too. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and head over to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe, hit that notification bell, and find out the latest from HCC.
That's right, Brittany. And of course, I wonder why are you so excited, Brittany? What's going on?
Listen, it's our Thursday series. It's I don't even know what you call it properly, but the Family Fun series. We've got a very special guest that will be joining us very shortly.
Right. We've got two special guests. Our first one, Laura Wobbler, Manager of Public Relations, Conservation Action Specialist from the Houston Zoo. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having us today.
It looks like you've got a couple of special visitors back there, some giraffes. Brittany's gone crazy over this.
Yeah, we're at the giraffe platform.
We're looking forward to talking with you. Thanks for being here, Lauren. We'll be with you in a few moments.
Thanks.
Right now, though, we're going to start things off with Dr. Laura Williamson from the West Houston Institute. Dr. Williamson, welcome to the show. Do you have a giraffe behind you or any animals you could show us right now?
Unfortunately, I do not, unless any of my kids wander by.
There you go. We appreciate you being here. I know the West Houston Institute, you guys are still very busy right now, and you are over the Collaboratorium, and it's a long name. It makes sense when you think about what it stands for, but tell people who aren't familiar with the Collaboratorium what it's all about.
Wonderful. So the Collaboratorium is a special facility within the West Houston Institute. It's a space where groups can come in to work together collaboratively, to connect, to talk, to share ideas, and to come up with plans and solutions, all in an environment designed to support that sort of work by the space, the physical layout, and the technology that we have there.
Well, the layout and the technology are really what make the Collaboratorium very unique, in my opinion. And I know you bring in a lot of businesses and companies across the Houston and regional area. How are you doing that now? How have you had to pivot your operations now that everything's working online virtually?
Right, that's a great question, Todd. So what do you do if you run a collaboration space and you can't bring people into this space? So what we've done is we've translated what we're all about, the core of what we do, which is helping people engage, connect, bring in different perspectives, be collaborative, and come up with some actionable solutions. We've transferred all those values into the digital realm.
And what does that look like for someone who's interested in maybe who was going to rent your space, but now they're looking at doing something online? What would that look like to them?
So right now we're offering what we're calling remote collaboratorium services. So just as if you were to bring your team from your company into my space to get together for a retreat and work on solving some problems, maybe doing some strategic planning, I could still support that in the virtual space. So I would still work with the team leader on what their goals are, what outcomes they want to get out of the session, who should be included. I would help recommend some activities that we do, an agenda, some digital tools that we can use to keep everybody engaged. And then we would just have that conversation remotely. People would be dialing in individually, and we would be using a lot of engaging collaborative activities that are available in the virtual space.
It sounds like, in a way, I mean, the Collaboratorium has it's a cool space and you have a bunch of toys to play with there, which are very cool, but there's also the thought process, and there's the way you deliver it and facilitate each event. And I imagine those are the things that you can still deliver in a unique way.
Precisely. Pretty much the only thing I can't do now is hand you a pack of Post-it notes and get you a cup of coffee.
They'll have to do that on their own, at their own house. Obviously, the West Houston Institute right now is, you guys are like the rest of HCC, not many people allowed in there. Can you tell me, though, what it may look like in the fall? What are the things that you guys may have planned? Would you be in a way of being able to host some people there with the audience being out virtually online? Is that something that's in the works?
Sure. So, of course, who knows what the fall is going to look like at this point, but best guess right now is that I'm anticipating that we will be able to have groups of people get together, but they'll be smaller groups and they'll need to be spread out to maintain social distancing. So luckily, our large group spaces are designed to hold up to 36 people, but we could easily include, say, 4, 6, 8 people from a group spread out, and they're all there in person, and then we can connect remote participants using webcams and other devices that we have, so that everybody can be participating virtually. A few people are in person, everybody else is participating from wherever they're at, and they're still working together as a team collaboratively.
I think it's important to mention, too, that you guys really work a turnkey operation where anyone who has an idea or a thought process they want to work with their team on, you can step right in and get things working right away. Exactly.
I do offer, most of my services are very customized, and I'll work specifically with a group to make sure that we're meeting their specific objectives, but we do have a pool of tools and approaches and resources and such that we draw on for that.
Do you have, I know you've worked with several companies since the Collaboratorium has been open. Have you had companies now that are ready to go online? Obviously, their employees may feel a little uneasy about appearing in person, so they see this online as being a solution?
Not yet. At this point, I was letting everybody just settle into the new reality. And I had a whole lot of cancellations, but I am in the process of contacting people to see who's interested in trying something digitally.
But in the past, I know you guys have worked with a lot of companies from, I know you don't have to name the names, but have you had oil companies in there, banks? What type of companies have come in and utilized your services?
So we have had some oil and gas companies. We've had a lot of community groups like management district groups come in, a lot of educational groups, K through 12 school districts, and some nonprofit organizations as well.
Well, Dr. Laura Williamson, I know you have a very unique space, and I know you're certainly very interested in getting that space back open in some shape or form sooner rather than later.
Yes, but in the meantime, we can work together online. And the other program area that I've been developing recently is doing a series of webinars on how we can use some of the tools that are available to us to collaborate virtually.
How can people find these webinars, and where can they visit to get information about the Collaboratorium? Say I have a company and I'm looking to get things back off the ground again. I want to bring my employees together, and we could certainly use a virtual space like yours and a facilitator to get things moving again. Where can they go, and what can you offer them?
So the easiest thing is to go to our website, and I don't know if you have anything up on screen right now.
We'll actually have that in our post here.
Wonderful. Okay, so hccs.edu/collaboratorium will take you right to my webpage, and if that's too long to remember how to spell, you can do hccs.edu/WHI for the West Houston Institute, and then from there you can find the link to our pages.
Well, thank you for being here, Dr. Williamson. Good luck as we move forward, and we hope to see you again in person soon.
Thank you so much. Same to you, and have fun with the giraffes.
Thanks, Dr. Williamson.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, we're going to move from the West Houston Institute to near Herman Park, actually the Houston Zoo. Once again, please welcome Lauren Wobbler. And Lauren, I know, Brittany, you want to jump in on this as well, because Lauren has a giraffe.
Lauren does have a giraffe, but let's unmute her first, Todd, and make sure we can.
Let me see here. We got, how about that? Can you hear us, Lauren? Lauren?
Hi guys, welcome back.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. We're doing great. I mean, hanging out with my friend Joshua this morning, and you'll see Jessica here, their zookeeper. She's feeding him to kind of keep him hanging out with us during our morning together.
Very cool. Now, I know before we get to, I know you guys have had some big news over the past couple of weeks as you've reopened limitedly. We'll talk about that. But I want to talk about all the things you've been doing virtually, because even while things were shut down, you guys were offering your services online to give people a glimpse behind into the enclosures and getting a chance to see those animals. Hey, there you go.
Yep. Just getting some morning licks from our friends. But yeah, we were closed. We closed March 13th. So we were closed for nearly 2.5 months. But we wanted to be able to keep bringing the zoo to our fans. We knew you couldn't come into our doors, but what could we do to bring the zoo to you? So every day on Facebook, we went live at 11 a.m. and we featured everything from the tiny leafcutter ants to the big elephants and even baby Nelson when he was born just a few weeks ago. So, it was a great effort by all of our teams, our animal care teams, and our marketing teams came together and really put together a fun, great series that, we had great coverage. Everywhere around the zoo, we brought it to you.
I know you guys do. I love seeing that when you get a glimpse into the zoo, because people are at home, they're with their families. A lot of kids are learning online, and you guys are offering an educational look behind the scenes. What were your numbers like as far as visiting your website? What was your most popular animal you noticed that people were loving to see?
I would say our giraffes and our elephants were highly popular. We had a lot of fans coming in. We had schools putting as part of their curriculum, even on a daily basis. Different camps were tuning in throughout the time off. So we were feeling the love for sure. Even, some of our lesser known animals, our reptiles, our birds, and our bug house even, they all garnered really great viewership. We have webcams in about 5 or 6 of our exhibits. We actually have one here in the giraffe yard.
Yeah.
You could probably see us online on our website right now here from the giraffe platform. But our viewership, it went off the charts from what it was before we had to close. So it was pretty incredible. And those are still running. So even if you can't come to the zoo right now, you can still check out our webcams every day, morning, day, and night, and kind of see what's going on here at the zoo.
Now, I know you guys just reopened, and it was encouraging because I love the Houston Zoo. I really do. I'm one of your biggest fans. I love going there, love everything about it. In my news days, I said I used to work with you guys. I loved every moment of it. But one thing I found very encouraging, when things started opening up and you guys were reopening, there was a line of people looking to get back in. People were ready to see those animals begin again, even in a limited fashion, because I know you had to reopen gradually.
Yes. So we're definitely still in our phase 1. So it's one of the biggest changes you're going to see. You have to reserve a ticket online. So beforehand, you could just walk up and purchase a ticket. That is not possible right now in our phase 1. So we broke the internet. So that's how excited everybody was when we first said we were reopening and when you can buy tickets online. We had 10,000 people per minute trying to buy tickets. So
wow.
To say people were excited, that spoke volumes to us. So you can buy your ticket online when you come into the zoo. So it's going to be a much smaller crowd than what you might be used to seeing when you visit the zoo. This is to allow folks to be able to properly social distance, to, spread out and really still enjoy the zoo in a safer capacity.
Well, that's a key there, because personally, even before all this shutdown, I didn't like to hang around big crowds. And, you guys have it now to where there seems to be pathways in, pathways out. You follow the arrows. So you mentioned you buy your tickets online and you will see smaller crowds. So you're probably going to get a better glimpse of the animals.
Exactly. Yeah, it kind of makes for a nicer visit, honestly. Just you and your family kind of perusing through the zoo. We do have the one-way path. So once you enter, you'll see that natural path. We've got some of our staff along the path helping you navigate where to go. And honestly, you get to see really all the animals that you could before. There are a few areas. All of our indoor buildings are going to be closed for now, just to maintain the safeness of our staff, our guests, and our animals. Some of our bird areas are also part of that closed path, but you get to see giraffes, ostriches, you can see our rhinos, chimpanzees, gorillas, elephants, all the big cats, and more. So really, it's still the great zoo visit that you've known and loved before the pandemic, just a bit kind of streamlined nowadays.
Now, some rules to follow when you're visiting the zoo. Number 1, you want to purchase your tickets ahead of time online. You have to do that. And I notice you're wearing a mask, so that is mandatory when you come to the zoo. Maybe you can talk about that.
So for staff, it's mandatory. So you'll see all of our staff here, everyone up here, our camera person, myself, our zookeeper, we're all wearing masks. You'll see every staff member. For our guests, however, it's highly encouraged. So we're not enforcing you to wear a mask. But just like the CDC and the Houston Health Department, we're strongly encouraging you to wear your mask when you come visit the zoo. I have another friend.
You guys were shut. Hey, there you go. Now, do you know the name of this one here?
This is, I believe, is this Camille? Yeah, this is Camille. Oh, sorry,
Camille.
I startled her. So Camille, she's got a lighter skin coat. And actually, she is Bobby's mom, who is out in the yard right now. That's Bobby, who was born in September. So that's mom and son.
And speaking of animals that were just born, tell us a bit about the baby elephant, because I know you've got a new addition to the zoo.
Yeah, so kind of right before the pandemic, we had announced that Shanti was pregnant, and she was nearing the end of her nearly 2-year gestation, because elephants carry their young for nearly 2 years before they give birth. Can you imagine? So Nelson was born just after Mother's Day on May 12th, and he, when he was born, they had to rush him to surgery. He had an umbilical cord issue, so our elephant team and our vet care team rushed to put him together again, and he actually recovered from that. He has recovered with mom behind the scenes, and he has since then been introduced to the rest of the herd, and guests can see him usually in the morning time when he's out, see him out in the yard with his mom, sisters, half-sisters, aunts, and he's just the cutest thing. He is adorable.
We've seen video of him. Very, very cute. I'm going to toss things over to Brittany, because Brittany is an animal freak, and I know she has some questions for you.
Of course.
Freak is a bit of a strong word, Todd. I love animals, of course. And I was just telling Lauren before we went on the show that I've actually never had the opportunity to feed the giraffes. And I know that's an option that's currently not available to the public. But when you all reopen that, I am going to be the first in line to feed these cuties.
Yes.
Oh my!
So right now you can see, isn't it cute? So so Jessica's feeding them some of our browse. So the giraffes enjoy browse. She had lettuce for them earlier, so this is kind of one of their special treats that they get throughout the day.
Oh yes, animals are always food motivated. I know, my puppy is the same way. But this is amazing to see, virtually up close, but what a special treat for all of our viewers who are with us this morning. My husband, who's an educator, he's taught first grade for the last 3 years. I know he'll probably want to share this with his kids, even though we're on summer break, but this is such a treat.
So yeah, Lauren, I did mention earlier, it was back on my news days, we did Wild Wednesdays is what we did at the Houston Zoo. It was totally cool. I got to pet an okapi. The okapi, I think, is related to the giraffe or the zebra. What do you know?
I'm going to ask Jessica this question real quick, so I don't want to get it wrong, even though I think I know the answer. So he works with okapi, and they are not related to giraffes, right? Or are they related? They are related to giraffes, yes.
Hey, I remember something from the news days. But I remember I pet the okapi. The okapi was greasy, okay? It left a little film on your hand. And then we were in the cage with the tapers in the enclosure, and a taper bit through the microphone cable right before we were about to go live. That was an interesting experience. So we recovered from that. But boy, what a wonderful experience. And it is so cool to see these animals up close and personal. And you're watching them here, folks, but you can go to the Houston Zoo's website anytime and get a glimpse of this as well.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier, too, we had the daily Facebook Lives when we were closed. Now that we're open, though, we are going to continue on a weekly basis. So every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on our Facebook page, we are going to go live featuring different animals every week. So you can see us on our webcams. If you're coming out to the zoo, you can see it, but you can also still get this really cool virtual up close experience with our team every week.
Lauren,
Wobbler,
go ahead.
Sorry, if the public want to purchase tickets in advance, when do those tickets go on sale?
So tickets are currently on sale and available, I believe, through the end of this month. So you can go to our website. It's hccs.edu. It'll be right there on the homepage for you to get your tickets and send you to that link. So it's super easy. We've got the morning, noon, and afternoon day parts. So you can pick one of 3 times to come out to the zoo with those tickets.
Very, very cool. Thanks for being here with us, Lauren, and enjoy your time out there. I know it. You must enjoy it every day. You got to enjoy it going to the Houston Zoo every day for work.
This is the best job ever. I mean, coming to see these guys and bringing our community out here to the zoo to learn about them is just the best job I've ever had, for sure.
Absolutely. Lauren, thanks so much for being here and giving us a glimpse into the life of the giraffes.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to go across town once again. Brittany Pacheco. Brittany, boy, that was a treat, wasn't it?
It surely was a treat. And sorry, I can't follow that up. You know, I mean, you can't follow up with a giraffe. Let's just face it. We should just wrap the show right now. We're done.
That's it. We're out of here.
We're out of here. Everyone have a great day. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk more about HCC related stuff. Let's just revel in the giraffe. And
that is totally cool. So we do have a few things to bring you up to date with, folks. One of them, Rec Sports has a virtual fitness class, Brittany. You know, they've got that going on. That's happening, let's see, noon to 12:40 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So one of them is actually today.
Correct. So we've got boot camps and Zumba. So Zumba class is going to be taught by Dwayne Frazier. It's a free sign up, and it's open to current HCC students, staff, faculty only. You must use your HCC email when registering because that is a requirement. You can go and email your registration to christian.andrews@hccs.edu. And in the subject line, be sure to use Virtual Fitness Summer 2020.
You know, these are free and they're available online. I spoke a few weeks ago, Brittany, with the folks from Community Education, and they have one of their most popular classes. Take a guess at what the class is. One of their most popular classes.
I want to go with Zumba.
Well, you're close. Yoga.
Yoga.
Incredibly popular. Yeah, they didn't realize how popular it was. They started with one class a week. They've expanded it. So if you're looking to take yoga, you can take those classes through HCC virtually and online.
That is a great way to de-stress and still maintain like some sort of healthy aspect of your life. It's very therapeutic for many people, and you have to be pretty strong. Like you work on your core and you realize how strong you are after a session, and it's a decent workout. I know I perspire, and I don't like to admit that, but anyway, that's that's good to know. That's really good to know that that's become a very popular class.
And we offer it here through HCC. Another thing we're offering for our faculty and staff are virtual coffee breaks, and that's with Janet May. And guess what they have this week, Brittany?
Oh, I know exactly what they have this week, Todd, because I told you I will not be in our 11 o'clock meeting. I will be here with Janet May for the Bollywood Zumba session with Ruchika. So if you're interested in taking part in this, this is again open to our faculty and staff. Check out your HCC email for information about where to log on so you can participate in Bollywood Zumba.
Bollywood Zumba. That just piques my interest right there. I'm looking forward to that. So, Brittany, if you happen to miss the live show of Janet's, you can watch the recorded version. So you can make your meeting. There's good news for you.
Yeah, but I like to be in the moment. I want to experience it as it happens.
You won't know whether it's live or recorded anyway. So
but I do, because the live session is going on at 11 a.m. and that's where I'll be.
Okay. Well, we got a fair warning there. Hey, fall is ramping up. We are getting ready to start classes somewhat back in our buildings, but there's several learning options for our students as we move into the fall. We have a very flexible offering of classes. One option, Brittany, is called Online Anytime, and it sounds just like it is. It's your virtual class that you take online. You can watch it anytime, learn anytime, and it's completely online. We also have another option called Online with a Schedule.
That's right, and this is also online as well, but you don't necessarily access everything at any time. This is for those who want to have a set schedule as to when they need to log on for their classes, for their lecture, but you still never have to come to campus. You just log in at a very specific time that you have selected and take your classes that way.
And there's one called Flex Campus where you can sign up for classes in person. If you want to go to an actual class, they're going to be much smaller sizes to go along with CDC regulations. So the key is here to sign up ahead of time if you want to take some Flex classes and be there in person. And the good part of that, Brittany, is you may be able to take a few classes online, you can take some classes in person, or you can take them all online. It's going to be up to you how you do this.
Correct. But the key to this, Todd, is to sign up early. This is incredibly essential because, as you mentioned, we're going to keep in line with CDC requirements. So the classrooms will change by, in size due to social distancing requirements once that's all adjusted. So be sure to sign up early for the Flex Campus. That's in-person classes, but you can choose to come to campus or participate online at a set time. And the last option.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks, one of the biggest questions we had in social media, I'm sure you recall, when this all happened, is how do I take my labs? Because those were put on hold. And in fact, a lot of those students are taking their labs on campus in a very social distance atmosphere on some of our campuses right now. But we have a solution for that in the fall.
Right. For the fall, we have our last option, which is the lab-based courses. These are critical hands-on skill-based learning that will continue to be offered, but these section sizes are going to be a lot smaller to allow for social distancing. So for students who are in welding or health sciences, those kind of fields, who are required to take a lab course can be able to do so, but just in a smaller setting. So regardless of these options, all of these same support services are going to be available to you, such as tutoring, student life, career and pathway advising, career employment and counseling services. Just be sure to know that all of this is available safely, mostly virtually, to all of our students. And again, choose one of these options that's going to best cater to your needs for fall 2020. And be sure to sign up early by going to hccs.edu/now.
One thing to keep in mind, Brittany, I was speaking with Dr. Ewan on this yesterday. In fact, he's going to be featured on an upcoming version of the topic. That episode will talk about more in depth about these new options. But he said that the way they've structured this, if the CDC guidelines allow for more people to be in a class, they'll be able to accommodate that throughout the semester. If they restrict the sizes of the classes, they'll be able to accommodate that as well. So they're keeping this open in a flexible fashion so that your learning is going to continue one way or another.
Absolutely. Our students' education is one of our top priorities, but right now we're going to kind of push that back a little bit. Your safety and health are our number one concern, and that is why HCC has worked behind the scenes so diligently to provide these options for all of our students who want to continue online or want to maybe step back into the classroom and complete their courses. So be sure, once again, to decide what is best for you in your endeavors and to sign up early.
Registration is underway, and as Brittany mentioned, sign up early, hccs.edu/now. You can register for the fall classes on that website. And before you register for the fall or even after, you'll have to attend a virtual information sessions, and those are all online right now too.
Exactly, Todd. We're offering these sessions through our enrollment services department weekly all the way through August. So if you have questions about admissions, application, testing, new student orientation, advising, financial aid, and a whole lot more, you can head over to hccs.edu/information sessions to register. That is a requirement. And the next session is available on June 17th. That's happening at noon. So once again, if you have questions about enrolling at HCC, be sure to head over to hccs.edu/information sessions.
And finally, tomorrow on the show, Brittany, we're starting to run out of some time, but we're going to focus on HCC Southwest. We have a few guests on there. You know Roland Fields?
I haven't had the pleasure. No.
Okay. He's the supervisor of the Fabrication and Innovation Lab. I used to work with him years ago at the Southwest College. He's going to be in here talking about H-Force, a project we've teamed up with various members of the community, and it's a collaboration that produced PPE in the fight against COVID. And we've also got someone from Southwest, Dr. Michael Boucher. He's the program coordinator from HCC's GIS program. You know about GIS, don't you?
That is our Geographic Information Science program. Yes.
Exactly. Everybody uses it on a daily basis with your iPhones. You know you do. So we'll get the skinny on that tomorrow with Dr. Michael Boucher talking about the program. I like saying that name. Say it once. Boucher.
Reminds me of the movie The Water Boy, Bobby Boucher.
There you go. You can ask him about that tomorrow.
Oh, no, I will not.
We've had him on the topic before, but he'll be on the show tomorrow, and we'll be talking about the GIS program. That wraps up for this Thursday. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, Todd. And everyone, thank you once again for joining us on Up to the Minute. Be sure to share this podcast of ours so we can grow our audience and share our information to the masses. And once again, be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our YouTube channel. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.